What is going on, everyone? Chris Pacherno's Comics and Pop Culture. I got a package that I'm going to open with you guys today, but it's not just a package. There's a story behind it. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please take some time to do so. Check out all the links in the description below. But let's get into this. I'm in the living room. Apologize for the echo, but this is just one of those where the mail comes. I don't want to go out in my comic book room, turn a bunch of lights on, and set up the camera. I wanted to just come here and open this up with you guys. So, got the scissors. We're going to get into this package. And I'm going to tell you guys, you may have seen recently that I did a video unboxing a couple of Grail Run issues for my Amazing Spider-Man Grail Run. 2 Silver Age issues. One of them was issue 81, the first appearance of Kangaroo. And I got it off of eBay. And I opened it up. It was a beautiful looking book, and the centerfold was detached completely from the staples. I reached out to the seller, and the seller made right. Now, contrary to a situation that I recently had on Instagram where I received a damaged book from a seller on, WhatNot. And the WhatNot seller handled it and responded in a way that was a little sketchy. And I did a video on that talking about how this, big question marks. And after finding out WhatNot policies, I did realize that this seller was trying to basically not necessarily get over on me, but like work the system to where he would have been able to get that book, that damaged book back, sell it again. But again, you guys can go watch those videos if you want to know the details. So let's stick to this situation. This seller, I reached out. I said, hey, thanks for the book. Did you know that the centerfold is attached? He's like, no, not at all. He was like, man, I'm sorry. I want to take care of you. And I asked him, I said, what do you recommend? Because remember, that other seller, questionable, never told me that I should go through WhatNot and request either a refund or put in a claim for a damaged book. This seller did that. He said, he said, I could either give you X amount off of another book in my store credit or sale credit, or you could go through WhatNot and see what they would do. So I was like, okay, give me a couple of days to think about it. There's the book. And I reached out to WhatNot. I put a claim in like you normally do on WhatNot. I was like, damaged book, took some pictures. They responded saying that they could give me 25% of, I would be able to keep the book. They'll give me 25% WhatNot credit. And that was less than what the seller was willing to offer. The seller was basically willing to offer 50% of the book back, of what I paid for the book, on something else that he had for sale. Now, this seller has a lot of, buy it nows where you can also make offers on it. So I saw, guess what? Another Silver Age Grail Run book. And again, I think, his prices, I know the market's down right now. I'm wondering if he's had a lot of those books up for a while and maybe the prices kind of are still a little high from maybe a year ago. But, I was looking on eBay and I'm like, I might be able to get something in a similar range for a little cheaper. But he was offering me 50% off. And another thing about this guy, and he did it on the original book that I bought too, he's willing to allow you to make offers. And I put an offer in on this book from his asking price of $10 off, plus 50% off for what I got from the damaged book. And keep in mind, was able to keep the book. So I essentially paid half of what I paid for the damaged book. That was still a beautiful book, even with the centerfold detached. He gave me 50% of that and took another $10 off the asking price for this book right here. And I said, you know what? That is an awesome deal. And I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that. Now, let me get the receipt out of here before I show you guys the book, because it has my personal information on it. But really cool guy. The seller is Campbell's Comics and Cards or something like that. And great selection. And like I said, a lot of asking prices that he's willing to work with, takes offers, and makes it happen, and ships extremely well. And it's in a beautiful Mylar. And I mean, this is definitely like a higher mid-grade book. He doesn't list grades, but he does list a whole bunch of pictures. And I'll tell you my grade, what I think the grade is. I'm gonna take it out of the bag. But we have Amazing Spider-Man number 77. Human Torch appearance and an awesome Human Torch cover, just taking up the whole cover there. And again, I'm so happy. I think I have 23 more to go. 23 more Silver Age Amazing Spider-Man books to complete my run. And this is the hardest stretch. This is the absolute hardest stretch because of all those early numbers and, of course, number 1. I can already tell this book can benefit from a press. As is, I would say this book is, ooh, that looks like a little bit of a stain there. I would say as is, definitely at least a VG fine, 5.0 at least, maybe even a 5.5, but with a bit of a clean. I mean, this has got really sharp corners for Silver Age. Look at that. The back corners are a little better than the front corners. You got some blending on the front corners. A couple little color breaks down there. You guys can see that. The spine is decently clean. Decently clean. A little bit of a spine roll that could probably be pressed out. But look at the spine. That is super clean. You guys can see the light hitting the spine roll. But not a lot of color breaking along the spine. That is nice. There is what looks to be a little bit of a stain, and this is what I would be worried about. Right here, see that? Right there. I don't know if that can, I'm going to try to get some Absarine on that and see if I can clean that up a little bit. Definitely some dirt that can come off. Let's look through the pages. Probably more off-white pages. But looks like everything is intact. And it's a beautiful looking book. Cover is completely attached. So I'm going to give this a clean and a press. And I think this book can be a fine book at a 6.0. So for what I paid for it, I think that's solid. And again, one more down, 23 to go. Campbell's Comics and Cards. Guys, I definitely, if you are on WhatNot, check him out because he's got great inventory. No matter the asking price, he's willing to accept offers and work with you guys. And he's an honest and ethical guy in my experience now. And that is what's needed. So remember, for the anti-WhatNots, WhatNot's evolving. You can have stores. I have a store there. If you guys aren't following me there, I haven't done a live show on WhatNot in over a year. But I keep adding to my store more and more almost every day. And you guys could just go on the app, find me, look at my Buy It Now store, and make offers on the books too. I have like all my stuff open for offers. So it's not about the platform. We can't just sit here and look at, WhatNot's bad in this. There's a lot of nasty stuff going on there, but that's any marketplace. There's ethical sellers, there's non-ethical sellers, and we just have to find the right ones that we're willing to do business with. So big shout out to Campbell's Comics and Cards, and very happy to add one more Amazing Spider-Man in my collection. So glossy still too, look at that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below if you've been following this issue. Definitely check out the first video where I do that unboxing and the surprise of that centerfold. But it's all right, it all worked out. I'm very happy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be well, and until next time.